welcome back, Dynamite Pack, to another Legend of Zelda video here on the channel. We're still playing through Skyward Sword, and in this video we're still at the Laneru San Sea, and I'm gonna be going to the next little mini dungeon area, the Shipyard. We have to go over there before we can actually be able to locate the ship. So we spoke with Skipper, and we are able to update our map here now that we've got the sea chart, and so we can see kind of what it looked like back when it was actually a sea. And we're headed to the Shipyard over here, which is a really fun, crazy area. You basically get to ride a roller coaster as Link, so something I never thought I'd see in a Zelda game. Really interesting, but yeah, we're gonna go do that and check it out. So we have some more fun sailing here on the high seas on our way over to the Shipyard, and in the next video we will actually be making it to the we'll be chasing down the invisible pirate ship and basically completing the dungeon in the area. So this area has a few like mini dungeons and areas that you have to visit before you actually get to the main dungeon and main boss fight. So this will be the last of those areas, is the Shipyard, and then we go on to the actual pirate ship, which is called the Pirate Stronghold. So going through the water was really interesting because you don't, it looks like there's no rocks ahead of you, but as you get closer, like the rocks, because of the time shift stone, the rocks appear. And so I took it nice and slow and easy, and tried to avoid as many obstacles as I can. And I think through part of this you have some enemies and some other things that you can practice blowing up with your cannon. So I took time to practice that because I knew I was gonna have to do that to actually locate the ship. So I wanted to get a little bit of practice in with some of these frogs and the other enemies and things that pop up that you can fire and at your cannon at. So there's a couple more of those wonderful electric frogs that are so annoying. But yeah, anyway, so we just take care of these guys. I think there were some a couple places where like a couple bokoblins spawned in onto the rocks. So I thought that was kind of funny. They're just randomly, yeah, like there goes 3 right there. And this was actually kind of cool because I learned you could just hit them with one cannonball and they're all gone like instantly. So I was like, that's awesome. There we go. I finally got it hit. I had to like, it took a little bit of trial and error there to kind of figure out exactly where to aim the cannon to. Just to kind of get it in the right place. But it was fun. And then I thought I was going to get stuck right here. So I had to like back up because it was too shallow and the boat couldn't make it. But it was fun. So we're gonna get over to the Shipyard here in a minute. It's just me goofing off and practicing my cannon fire. I don't know why Link feels like he needs to grunt every time he fires the cannon, but apparently it's a lot of work. So here we are, we're about to make it over there. I put like a little beacon so I could kind of like point myself in the right direction to get to the pier. And here we are. We made it over to the Shipyard. Really cool little area. So yeah, you see those like minecart tracks there. Basically we're gonna be having some fun on a little adventure here, and I wasn't sure through part of the time, you know, if I was going the right way, but because there's no indications of like, there's a couple places where there's like a fork in the road, and some of them it's obvious because there's a dead end one side and you're gonna like, you know, crash, and then other places it was you could go either way. So but somehow I did manage to make it through without any issues too much. So but yeah, it was a fun time. So anyway, I'm gonna try to put a little more commentary in here and maybe just let you guys watch the rest of it. Basically what I'm doing through here is just going through the area, and we have to get I don't remember what the purpose was over here, but basically we had to visit the shipyard, and that's going to enable us to actually track down the ship and get us a few information. So, but first, of course, we have the main door is locked, so we have to go in a back way through these mine carts and ride this little roller coaster. There's also a couple of enemies in this area. I went ahead and just activated the bird statue because I believe this is actually going to be a fast travel point. So when we want to come back down here, we'll have that activated. And I went ahead and saved the game. I've been constantly saving my progress just in case something crazy happens. Just so all of my other work that I've done is saved in the game, and I can, you know, not have anything lost. So here we got a couple of Lizafos. I don't know why I thought a bomb would work, but yeah, it didn't really do much. He freaked out, and then the bomb rolled off to the edge. So plan A did not go too well, but I decided to try again. I thought I could lure him over at this point, but that didn't work. So I just waited for the bomb, and I just decided I'm gonna have to just, like, go for it. Apparently, I tried again with the bomb. I was having issues. I kept forgetting how to work the bomb controls. And then accidentally pulled out my slingshot, and you know, that's not what I wanted either. But so ultimately, I just decided to fight them with my sword and take them out. They got a couple hits on me, as you can see. I was trying to remember, like, the best way to fight these guys, and plus they have, like, this whole arm with a shield, so I was trying to figure out a way to get around that. And every time I try to, like, sneak around behind them, they would use a little tail whip or burn me. And it was just like, I know I'm not doing this fight as well as I could be, but we're just gonna hang in there and hope for the best. I finally get a good hit on that one, and of course I hit him over the edge so I don't get any drops from him. This one managed to stay there, and I grabbed the heart, and we got a lizard tail, so pretty good. And thankfully, in the next area, there was a little stool I could sit on. So I just went to check and see if there was potentially anything that on the sand, but no goodies. But that's okay. Actually, I didn't realize there was a stool here, which is why I used my potion here instead. But because I wasn't sure what I was going to encounter, so. And then you go in here, and there's actually a stool. So I could have saved my potion, but oh well. We'll buy some more later. And there's actually a Goron here. Basically just tells you that your safety instructions and how to ride the cart around and all of that. So, fun stuff. And then there's also these are kind of like your instructions, I guess, of how to take a ride on the minecart. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this part. I'll catch back up with you in a little bit when we get through the crazy roller coaster ride we're about to go on. It was pretty fun, actually. I enjoyed it, and it wasn't too hard. I didn't fall out at all, so that's good. Alright, so now once you get past the 2 sections of the minecart, which actually I believe is part of a mini game later, but I probably won't come back and play it. Anyway, Fee notifies you about there was definitely ships here in the past. So you get a cutscene, and you actually have a boss fight of a boss you fought before. Moldova, I think is what I forgot what this one's called. Basically, it's the big scorpion. So you have a couple little scorpions you're gonna fight off first in this sand pit down here. And then we gotta fight the big one, which actually wasn't too bad this time around. I did pretty well. We have enhanced our sword, and so that really helped a lot. Basically kind of like leveled up, and the boss isn't any tougher than the last boss fight. So the only difference is that Link now could deal a little bit more damage, I believe, with the new sword power-ups. So I took care of these guys first before I even wanted to tackle the big boss, the big boy. And then basically you just do like before. You have to pull out your gust bellows and blow the sand away to get the big scorpion to engage in battle with you. So it jumped out, and as you can see, I think I only got caught by it once, which was pretty good, because the last time it took me like a good 3 or 4 like tries to beat the battle. So I was pretty proud of myself that, you know, things were going well. Got that first hand, no problem. I think this one, it grabs me with this claw in a second. I was trying to get as much damage as possible, and I think I got grabbed once. Maybe not. I can't remember. I feel like it grabbed me like one time. I missed my hit or something. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah. I didn't time it right, or I didn't think I needed to dodge. I thought I could get a hit in, and it got me instead. But it went down pretty fast, and then of course you gotta do the other fun part. It buries itself, and so this part was always a little tricky because the controls are kind of sensitive, and so like sometimes you pull out your sword when you don't mean to, when you're just trying to like actually turn the camera around and look for where it is. I think that's probably what was happening, because you have to hold down the R button in order to move the camera, and if you forget to do that part, then it pulls out the sword instead. So the controls they're not my favorite in this game, I'll be honest. It's like they had too much going on in the game and not enough buttons, so they had to like overload some of the buttons. And so if you're not thinking and you're like in the heat of the battle of the moment, you forget that you have all these crazy button combinations you have to use. So that's what gets me about these fights with the gust bellows, because, you know, I'm always pulling the sword out and other things like, and messing up the controls when I don't mean to do it. But it just happens. So anyway, as I struggle through it here, finally got it out. It got a couple more hits on me, but I think I'm about to finish it up. Oh no, it hit itself one more time. But I did get a little bit better at my controls there. Part of it too was like it kept moving around, and I was trying to, like, as I said, you know, track it with the camera and make sure I was aiming the gust bellows the right way. But as you can see, going between different controls and features sometimes can be a little stressful in the battle. But there we go, we got the final hit and took it out. And then Fee comes in and says, basically, there's nothing here. Yeah. But she maybe thinks we can find the ship now or something like that. I can't read it. It's too tiny in my screen here while I'm doing voiceover. But basically, you know, there wasn't a whole lot more to do in there, so I really don't know why they had that there. I guess it's just for fun, you know, a little mini dungeon. Decided to go see if I could get a couple more Lizalfo tails off of these guys before I left the area. So that's really all else that I did, and so in the next video we're gonna actually start chasing down the ship and see what lies waiting for us in the pirate stronghold and complete the dungeon of this area. So I'll see you guys there on the next one. Enjoy the last few minutes of this video, and yeah, I didn't get any cool monster drops, but it's all good. Alright, we're gonna make our way back over to Skipper, and we'll be chasing down the ship on the next one. So, see you then. Bye.